Welcome to Salamanca, Spain for Game 3 of the EuroLeague Women Quarter-Final Series between Avenida and Girona. Well, this is it. The winner today progresses through to the Final Four and the loser ends their European adventures for the season. This has been a roller coaster series so far. Avenida picked up a battling 14-point win on this court 10 days ago in Game 1. Girona came out strong in Game 2, but they needed overtime to take the win and push the series on to Game 3. Really is quite tough to say who you would put as favourites for this one. Probably just about Avenida, as there's going to be a raucous home crowd in attendance here in Salamanca. As you see, the fans are there. They're all kitted up in the blue and white. And, Game 2 in Girona was a sellout. Amount of effort from the crowd to cheer their team onto that overtime win. And the Avenida crowd are going to try and do the same for their team today. Girona didn't look great in Game 1, looked a bit lackluster at times, but in Game 2 they were almost reborn. They started so strongly on Wednesday, really rattled Avenida early on in that game. You have to be impressed how they held their nerve in overtime to close out that win. As for Avenida, well, they looked like they were cruising to the Final Four in that first game. It really was a rude awakening in Game 2 for them. They got into foul trouble in Game 2 as well. Carly Samuelson picked up an injury and hobbled through the rest of the game, as we see Coach Julbe for Girona deep in thought as the clock ticks down for us to get going here in Salamanca. Crowds are starting to fill in now into the stands, and they will definitely play their part here today. A wonderful basketball arena. Will no doubt enjoy tonight's action. Both teams now being sent back to their benches for player introductions. The away team will be introduced first. Coach Iniguez, slightly more nervous than maybe we've seen in previous games. He knows that Girona been very impressive in Game 2. His team struggled in the early exchanges, and that may be key here in today's game. Which team sets out their stall early, takes control of the early exchanges, may very well find themselves in the driver's seat and ultimately making their way through to the Final Fours. Waiting for the player introductions to start, and traditional Star Wars music booms out in the arena to introduce the away team. And this team here potentially history making in their hands today. Girona have never been to a EuroLeague Women Final Four before. A real opportunity for them to get the job done. You do wonder, can they bring together that spirit of Game 2 one more time? It was built on passion and aggression, and they'll need to lean that way once again here today if they're going to cause what will be an even bigger upset on the road here on Avenida's home floor. Drums are starting to ring out in the stands as well. It is a wonderful place for basketball. Number 3 there, Palau, veteran leader for Girona. Out of Game 2. With an unsportsmanlike foul. Will be determined to see it through the full 40 today. The Brink, another important part of the backcourt for Girona as well. Coach Julbe and his coaching team look ready to go. Sure, they haven't had to work too hard to fire up the team, getting them ready. And now for the home team introductions. As the obligatory Seven Nation Army in the white stripes rings out through the sound system. Avenida may still be slightly in shock from game 2. I'm sure it's relief to be back on their home floor, and this is when home court advantage truly does pay in dividends. It will be interesting to see how they bounce back from that game 2. Like I said, I'm sure they'll be buoyed by the fight that they showed, taking the game to overtime, having the opportunity to either tie the game or win the game on that final possession. Haley Copper, first to be introduced to the crowd, the leading scorer here in EuroLeague women this season. And a ton of talent on the Avenida roster. If you were to say on paper which roster is stronger, you probably would give the hat tip to Avenida. We are still missing Katie Lou Samuelson though, she's out injured. Her sister Carly Samuelson is back in, and that will be a relief for the fans after she picked up what looked like a pretty bad ankle injury in game 2, but still played all the way through to the final buzzer. A real Warriors performance from Samuelson. As the crowd just crank up the decibels a few more notches. This is going to be a real pressure cooker atmosphere here in Salamanca today. Excited to get the game started. Nervous time if you're a Girona fan or an Avenida fan, but if you're the neutral, this is one to sit back and enjoy. We could have a real spectacle, a classic on our hands as these two teams go toe-to-toe in the do-or-die game 3 here of the quarterfinals. Here's your starting 5 for Girona: Razingarova, Gardner, Elderbrink, Burke and Palau. A very strong starting 5 indeed for Girona. If Burke and Gardner can put in another big shift like they did in game 2, it really puts them on the front foot. Here's the 5 for Avenida. We have Samuelson, Hoff, Dominguez, Coppa and Cazorla. Again, another 5 which absolutely rammed with world-class talent. Avenida probably And the tip is just about won by Avenida. Game 3 of this EuroLeague Women quarter-final between Avenida and Girona is underway. The do-or-die game. The winner will go through to the Final Four. For the loser, that's their European campaign over for the season. So much at stake here for both of these teams. Dominguez, tough shot, rattles it home, and she's been doing that all series. Stepping up to the plate in a big way for her team, and she started out again strongly here. Nice pass inside, a little bit too heavy for Burke, but Gardner scoops up the loose ball. Zingarova for 3. Off with her first rebound of the game. Going to go coast to coast, has it knocked away though. Bit of over-exuberance from Copper. Elderbrink throws it down. Roma not looking in full flow offensively right now. A little bit static, stagnant. Palau fakes the 3, drives inside. A little scoop shot with the right hand is off target. And Hoff pulls down the rebound for Avenida. Going to be called, I think, either on Gardner or Burke. It was just Copper was fighting over that screen. Is it on Palau? Let's have a see. Called on Gardner. That's her first of the game. Girona's first as well. Copper spills it out of bounds. The pass from Dominguez wasn't the best. Neither team looking like they're coming out of the races at the start of this game. Nerves, I imagine, affecting both teams until they get settled into some rhythm. Find out which players have the hot hands and lean on them a little bit more. Zingarova now moves it round. Elderbrink drives inside, looks for some space. That's a beautiful pass inside. Well contested though, and Zingarova can't get the score. And the pass is too hot to handle for Hoff. Baseline ball now for Avenida. Drums continue to thunder around the arena. But getting some of the sweat off the ball. Danielson inbounds it. She's open. She won't take 2 looks to shoot that, and she gets the score. Carly Samuelson gets her perimeter shooting off early, and she has really established herself as one of the best shooters in EuroLeague Women this season. Absolutely deadly from outside. Shooting nearly 40% from 3. Gardner steps inside for the 2. Rebound by Copper. 2.5 minutes gone. Girona yet to score. That is worrying on the road. Copper drives to the basket, draws the foul, gets the score. That's a big play, and she is pumped. That extends Avenida out to a 7-point lead. And even more exciting for Avenida is the fact that it's not just going through the hands of one player. They're warming up multiple offensive threats right now. Concerning times for Girona. Feels a little bit more like game 1 than it does game 2. Forgets the score. Her personal tally up to 3, alongside 3 rebounds already. Burke will hand it off to Gardner. Gardner, a little crossover to the basket. Uses her pivot well, but once again she's off target with the shot. 0 from 2 from her. Elderbrink for 3. Well, they're going to get the roll, not this time. The rebound eventually falls to Hoff as Gardner and Copper just battle it out. Oh, Copper spills it out of bounds. That's her second turnover of the game. A little bit over exuberant, thinking about what she was going to do with the ball before she'd even claimed possession. Shot goes up from outside and drops. That's a big shot. Elderbrink drains the three. Girona, they'll hope that that will settle some nerves. Getting scoring underway. It's taken them over 3.5 minutes though. Samuelson into the corner. Great ball movement by Avenida. It's lost. The Girona defense rotates well. And knocks it away. Burke, mid-range two is good. And just like that, they go from trailing by 8 to just trailing by 3. Both these teams have offensive firepower that can get them back into games very quickly. Dominguez, no good. Rebound by Copper. Wow, she doesn't even come down with it. Action puts it straight back up. All in flight from Copper. Zingarova now looking to back away to the basket against Hoff. Oh, just pure strength from Yulia Zingarova. Bounce Hoff away from her. Couldn't get the score though. Copper for 3. That one's blocked. Copper's not had the start to the game that she will have wanted. She does have 5 points and 4 rebounds, but she's got a couple of turnovers as well. Mid-range 2. There's an air ball from Zingarova, and they're out in transition. Oh, Copper trying to find the pass to Hoff, but Gardner reads it well and gets in the passing lane. Girona will make some changes here. In the game comes Flores and Labuskine. Also in is Glaner. Rodriguez, no good. Labuskine grabs her first rebound of the game. Would have been trying to just find a glimmer of light that she can drive and penetrate into the paint. Offensive foul is going to be called on Burke. Moving screen. Units on Burke. Yes, it is. Just didn't establish herself. Zula now comes into the game for Avenida. Hoff heads to the bench. Samuelson drives inside, draws the foul. That's 2 quick fouls on Burke. That could be a big play and a big call by the officials. Play by Samuelson. Girona aren't as deep. Coach Julbe looks on slightly frustrated. Bazula now. Oh, lovely crossover, but the defense rotates round to help. It's a tough shot. It's no good from Cazorla. Stolen away. Good quick hands by Fazula, and Avenida will bring it back the other way. And they certainly have taken control in the first 6 minutes of this game. It feels much more confident and comfortable Avenida performance. Girona still to really find their feet in the game. Samuelson, mid-range 2 is going to come up short. Fazula just fights hard over the back of Elderbrink to pull down another offensive rebound. Copper splits the defense. A blocking foul is going to be called. I think that one's on Elderbrink. Fourth foul of the quarter for. That's absolutely the right call. Not established. She's moved across. She's still moving when the contact is made. That's the penalty for Girona. Copper will head to the line for free throws. 84% from the free throw line so far this season, Kaylee Copper. Zola heads to the bench for Avenida as Dominguez comes back in. Hits the first of her two. Can't get the second to go, but the rebound is just about pulled in by Flores for Girona. On the corner, that one's no good. Fazula brings it down. Fazula just barreling in the paint. Offensive foul is going to be called. Way too aggressive in the low post. Certainly a fine line you need to tread as a back to the basket player. Yes, you want to body, you want to create contact, you want to establish yourself in the best position. You can't overexert yourself so obviously as well in front of the officials when you're making that contact. We'll see a change for both teams. Burke's gone out. Araujo's come in for Girona. Mallory will come in for Avenida, and Samuelson goes to the bench. Elderbrink now moves it back out. Araujo for three. Not this time. Avenida hold on to their 6-point lead. Under 3 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Proper baseline drive, double pump, and the score. He gives it to the crowd, asks them to give him more, and they do. Oh, lovely cut to the basket by Dramer. It was just that quick change of direction that lost her defender, Coppa. That's going to earn Dramer a trip to the free throw line. Swedish guard shooting just 67% from the free throw line this season, so not where she'd like it to be. It's the first of her two. Her first point of the game. It's the second as well. And this is the important thing for Coach Julbe. Yes, they're low scoring at the moment. They're not having success offensively. But when you get those opportunities like free throws, you need to be near clinical. That's the way you can stay in a game until momentum shifts your way. Coppa with another jumper. And she's already up to double digits. 10 points, 5 rebounds, 4 from 5 from the field for Coppa. What a start to the game for her. Oh, and the score is good. Tough play by Leia Flores. Stays with it all the way though and banks it home for two. Oh, the backdoor pass is misplaced by Coppa. Dramer now looking to go coast to coast. Still almost half Euro step, but the finish isn't there. And they're saying it's come off an Avenida hand. It looked like Labuscane knocked it out, but the officials are saying no. It's spilled out of bounds by Fazula. Let's have a look. Yeah, clearly off the hand of Labuscane. And the officials reverse the decision, much to the disgust of Coach Julbe. Baseline drive, no space to get the shot away, but can come back out with it. Dominguez now. Cazorla has to get it up as the shot clock was expiring. Labuscane brings down her third rebound of the game. Elderbrink for three. Roma not having much joy from outside at the moment. Not having much joy from anywhere at the moment, to be completely honest with you. Field goal percentage of 18 and 18.8. 3 from 16 from the field. You really aren't going to win many games at this level with that efficiency. Shot goes up, that one's short. Great rebound by Alarie. Read the flight of the ball perfectly. 30 seconds now left in the first quarter clock. Cazorla to Alarie, goes up, right hand, no good. Had to get it up though, shot clock was expiring, so it's a smart play really by Alarie, just not quite the finish he needed. Girona slowing things down, Flores calling for the screen, Labuskine sets the screen, steps back, little shuffle, free throw line jumper, no good, Labuskine with the rebound, but can't get the score. The abysmal field goal percentage plummets some further for Girona. A tough first quarter for them. Fortunately, they only trail by 6. Could have been so much worse. Just 3 from 17 from the field. Whilst Avenida are 6 from 14. At the end of the first quarter here in Salamanca, it's Avenida 15, Girona 9. This is, you'd imagine, one of the plans and the ploys from Coach Iniguez, that he knows if they can work hard on the defensive end, to a certain degree, the offensive end takes care of itself. He knows his team have plenty of options offensively, plenty of firepower. They're averaging almost 80 points a game on the offensive end, but if they can keep Girona to below 70, I think realistically this is an Avenida win and they will progress to the Final Four. For Girona, they need to tap back into some of the spirit of Game 2. Far more aggressive, far more passion on the floor, real hustle and heart, trying to knock Avenida off their stride. I think that's the way it needs to be. Certainly have made themselves known here in the first quarter already. The drums have hardly stopped. The noise level continues to grow. Avenida 5 back onto the floor first. It will be a possession to Girona to start the second quarter. Second quarter action underway here in Salamanca. Game 3 of this quarter-final EuroLeague Women's Series between Avenida and Girona. It's one game apiece right now. The winner of this heads through to the Final Four. At the end of the first quarter, Avenida lead by 6. Labuskine now looking to go to work against Fazula. Traveling violation going to be called on the Lithuanian. Zorla looking for options in front of her. Stolen away. That's great hands in the end by Flores. Foul's going to be called on Alarie. Sideline ball for Girona now. Failed to score in that first quarter, and she's intrinsic to the offense for Girona. Big shot by Draner though. Her up to 4 points personal. Her first field goal of the game. Averaging a little over 9 points a game in EuroLeague Women this season. Inside to Alarie, she's being locked in though. Jump ball's going to be called. Arrows in favour of Avenida. And it's good defense by Girona. They just swarm and pack out the paint. Only leaving Alarie with no escape route. Mingus looking just for some kind of lane to the bucket. Hands it off to Allery. The shot's wayward, but they'll go again. Another offensive rebound for Avenida. Cazorla inside to Allery. Wonderful pass, but the finish is heavily contested and way off target. Avenida once again retain possession and get a fresh 14 to work with. Samuelson will come back into the game for Avenida. Shot goes up from outside. That one's way too heavy. Girona with the rebound this time. They trail by just 4. Oh, behind the back. What a sweet move. And she gets the score. Laura is putting some work in right now. Her second bucket of the game. Onside 2 rebounds. That's a sweet handle from her. Samuelson drives inside, puts the brakes on those. The door's closed on her. Oh, a nice smooth drive to the bucket for Cazorla. You have to put more pressure on her in those situations. That's a gimme otherwise. Rojo hands it off now to Dramer. Patience here from Girona, but they're not really making many inroads into the Avenida defense. Dramer for 3! Wow, this is the unexpected hero. She's up to 7 points. Leading, oh, just a 2. She's up to 6. She stepped on the line. She's the leading scorer for Girona, though. Copper goes in, draws the contact, can't get the score, gets her own rebound, misses again, though. And Copper, as impactful as she is, she has made a few mistakes here today, not at the level maybe we saw in game 2. Gardner, wow, that's just speed and quick footwork from Gardner, draws the foul. Her chance to get her first points of the game now from the free throw line. Just, yeah, the body contact there from Cazorla. And we'll go to the free throw line, a chance to tie the game up. The first of her 2. And the second, and a little over 3 minutes into the second quarter, and we have a tied game. 17 to Avenida, 17 to Spar Girona. This is game 3, the deciding game of this EuroLeague Women quarterfinal series. Timeout has been called by Coach Iniguez. I think we're going to try and head into his
Ambitious,
huddle.
elite, verbunden, united,
inspirerend,
competitiva,
ambiciozna,
stylish,
powerful,
diverse,
diferente,
beraber,
inspiring.
Cazorla now bringing it up over the half for Avenida. Off, perfect positioning, nice use of the pick. Moves it round, Samuelson for 3. Yes, nothing but the bottom of the bucket once again for Carly Samuelson. 2 from 2 from outside. Drains the triple. Takes her tally to 6 points. Really has become an unbelievable perimeter threat this season, Carly Samuelson. Glamer now into the low post at Araujo. Traveling violation going to be called on Glamer. Flores having to fight through about 4 screens to stay in the game. Samuelson for another 3! Carly Samuelson with the hot hand. She's up to 9 points. And just like that, Avenida come out of their timeout and their lead is back up to 6. Labuskine kicks it out. Araujo wide open for 3. That one's not on target, and Copper sails high to pull down the rebound, but once again she turns the ball over. Kaylee Copper having a bit of a nightmare in possession here today. That's her 4th turnover of the game. Girona as an entire team only have 4 turnovers. Off going to work. That was a strong move. The finish just wasn't quite right though, but Avenida with another offensive rebound. Drive to the basket, heavy-handed on the finish this time though. Offensive foul is going to be called on Flores. Dominguez just takes the stand. Girona to make some changes now as we see Labuskine and Flores head out into the game. Comes Palau. I presume Razinga Rovers come in as well. Yep, Julia Razingarova into the game. Dominguez short with her 3. Rebound by Gardner. Elbow jumper. Looked like she drew contact from Hoff. Hoff claiming she hit the ball, and that's almost a signature face from Hoff. The pure shock whenever a foul's called against her, and then a big smile. Have a look at the replay. Pulls up. Yeah, seems to catch arm. Quite sure from that replay. Wasn't the easiest one to pick it out from. Gardner back at the free throw line. The first of her 2. Up to 5 points personal. Brims Avenida's lead to 3. This is the second, but the rebound is pulled down by Araujo. Zingarova in the low post. 3-second violation, I think, called on her. That'll be a turnover for Girona. Baseline ball for Avenida now. Important 4.5 minutes ahead of us as we head towards the half-time break. Avenida lead this one by 3. Girona yet to have any lead in the game whatsoever. They have been tied a couple of times. As Copper puts the jumper up, that's no good. Rebound pulled down by Samuelson as Palau knocks her to the floor. Palau called for the foul. Palau will be wary in today's game, fouling out in slightly bizarre circumstances in game 2 as we see a replay of the foul. She just, momentum takes her through the back of Samuelson, but yeah, Palau fouled out by picking up a regulation foul and an unsportsmanlike foul literally in the same movement. She did foul hard. Dominguez going up against Razingarova. Good defense by Razingarova. Foul's going to be called though. That one I think on Hoff. Hoff's second foul of the game. As we see Fazula come in in her place. The corner now. Oh, looking for options, nothing there. Now she goes to Zingarova. She's going to go to work in the low post, but finish isn't quite there. Zingarova has looked phenomenal at times this season, but still some inconsistency in the game. If she can consistently put together a good 40 minutes of basketball week in, week out, and she could quite quickly become one of the best bigs in the competition. Cazorla now up over the half. Rodriguez uses the Samuelson screen. She's going to put it up for three. Nails another one. Carly Samuelson's unconscious right now. That's 12 points for her. Leading all scorers. 4 from 5 from distance from Samuelson. Continues to impress from range. Elderbrink trying to find some space, but Cazorla's not giving her any space, but the foul's going to be called instead, so Elderbrink will have a chance to earn her points from the free throw line. We see Gardner head to the bench and Lemaire come back in. Elderbrink at the free throw line. Out to Cursor, yet to miss a free throw so far. Hasn't had a huge amount in the competition, but she hasn't missed one yet. Keeps 100% record alive. Rodriguez just stays tough as she goes to the bucket, gets the score. That's just determination that got her those points. Palau comes up short as Zingarova chases down the offensive rebound. Now the crowd of defense floods around her and she can't get the shot away, and that's inconsistency for Zingarova. What a pass though, slices through as Copper makes the backdoor cut. That's a great play. Beautiful team offense. Avenida lead now up to 8. As a timeout has been called here, this is a game-tying high lead for Avenida. They lead 30-22. And Coach Julbe needs to talk it over. Said the last 4 minutes of this first half was going to be important, and so far Avenida have made the most of it. Girona looked like they were battling back into this one. They've got the game back to being tied. Here's a replay of that last few moves as Copper really has come into her own in this game. She's up to 12 points, 7 rebounds, 5 from 9 from the field. She has made some mistakes though. 4 turnovers already for Copper. You can almost forgive her when she's putting the ball in the bucket so easily. Alongside her, Carly Samuelson doing the damage. Once again, she's having a phenomenal night from distance. 100% from outside, 4 from 4 from downtown. That's her 12 points. She's also got 3 rebounds to her name as well. As for Girona, no real dominant scoring leader. Binta Glamer has 6 points. She's leading them. No one's really stepped forward and taken control of this game for them. Arojo's headed to the bench for Girona as Kennedy Burke comes back in. Elderbrink now just turns a corner quickly. Not enough though to create separation. Burke for 3. That one's good, and that will reignite Girona's offense. Kennedy Burke, not always the most vocal of players or leaders on the floor, but when she starts to warm up, you can feel the rest of her team really resurge from that. Traveling violation is going to be called as Popper slips on the floor. That's her 5th turnover of the game. She really is struggling to look after possession right now. Just overexcited by the occasion. Trying to put too much into it and making some pretty basic mistakes. Dramer floats inside and she takes her tally up to 8. She really has stepped up today. The player that has pushed Girona back into the game, kept them competitive on the offensive end when things have slowed up. Dominguez hands it off to Fazula. Beautiful pick and roll game from Avenida. Allow now. Pass it inside. There's very little movement by Girona. Next to nothing being offered up by her teammates. Shot clock's going to expire. Turnover for Girona. No help whatsoever. Allow looking at the top and her teammates just standing there looking at her. Not running any structure, no offense really. 51.6 seconds remaining. Coach Iniguez will call a timeout. He'll use his timeout up to draw something up for some of the final possessions of this first half. Interesting first half we've had. As expected, a close one. You would say that Avenida have the upper hand. Yes, they have a 5-point lead, but you'd also say the fact that they've been able to keep Girona to below 30 points potentially in the first half really does play towards their favour. It's unlikely Avenida will score less than 70 in this game. That leaves Girona with a big task in the second half of scoring more than 40 points. They're absolutely capable of doing, particularly if role players like Binta Dramer step up, as she has done so far. But it will be a big ask in the second half. A little under a minute to play here in the first half in Salamanca. Game 3 of this EuroLeague Women quarter-final. What has been a real battle of a series. This is a replay of the quarter-finals from last year in EuroLeague Women. And Avenida stole that series in a sweep in 2 games. They've been pushed into a game 3 this year. Dominguez now. She loses the handle. She's on the floor with it. Tries to throw it back and she gets it to Copper. Copper now to Rodriguez. Draws the foul. Waved away. It's on the floor. Basket's waved away. The foul's called though. I think on Zingarova. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's just that little hip check. Right, called by the officials though. Definitely not quite in the act of shooting when the foul occurred. 32.8 seconds left here in the first half. Rodriguez, Fazula. Dominguez now. Inside to Fazula. She's going to go to work on Zingarova. Look at the spin, but that's a travel. Picked up that pivot foot. Ball by the officials. Baseline ball there for Girona. Shot clock's going to be turned off now. 20.4 seconds remaining here in the first half. Girona will look to take the last shot of this first half. A chance to trim Avenida's lead to down to just 1 possession. Palau going to get called for the offensive foul. And that will be personal foul number 2 on La Palau. Pushes the forearm into the chest of Dominguez. Palau not happy with the call, but pretty clean for me. And Avenida will have a chance to extend that lead. Copper now, being guarded by Dramer. Burst past her. Dramer's going to get called for the foul. That will send Copper to the line for free throws. Play in the end by Kaylee Copper. Maybe went a little bit early. And Girona almost 5 seconds to work with going back the other way. Copper hits the first. She's up to 13 points, 7 rebounds. Second is no good, but she gets her own rebound. That's a mistake by Elderbrink. Foul's going to be called on Dominguez, so that will send Razingarova all the way up the other end of the floor for free throws. Elderbrink did that in game 2 as well, that she just didn't step across the shooter. That's really 101. That's a crime defensively. If you are that top person in the lineup for a free throw, pretty much your job is to step across the shooter. They're going to replay now. I think the officials want to go and have a look at some of the action. The players on the floor. 1.1 second left on this first half clock. The players just wait for the officials to complete their review. And we'll come back to the floor for Razingarova to shoot her 2 free throws. She wants to trim away a little bit of Avenida's lead before the half-time break. Razingarova, a good free throw shooter as well, 85%. Here are the replays they're looking at. I presume it's the Dominguez foul that they're trying to review. See if it's an unsportsmanlike foul or not. Just to see what they come away with. It didn't look unsportsmanlike from my perspective, but officials know best on that one. They've completed the review and stays as a regular foul on Dominguez. And Razingarova will head to the free throw line. Into the game comes Allery. Razingarova is good with the first. And the second. Can she get it away? Half-court heave is no good for Copper. And that's the end of the first half of action here in Salamanca. Game 3 of this EuroLeague Women quarterfinals. The decider here in Salamanca today, and at the halfway stage it's a 4-point lead for Avenida. Half the job done for them, but Girona are by no means dead and buried. They are staying in this game and they're going to push it all the way to the wire. What a first half of action we've had. At the half-time break, it's Avenida 33, Girona 29. the field, 2 from 2 from the free throw line. So a smart move by Coach Julbe, leaning on the hot hand. Back to Gardner that isn't in the 5 to start. Over 30 seconds left of the half-time break. The officials have to wait for that one to run through before we can get the second half underway. So it's Palau, Elderbrink, Burke, Gardner and Rizingarova for Girona. And it's Copper, Cazorla, Dominguez, Hoff and Samuelson for Avenida. Iniguez looking probably the most nervous we've seen him this season. He knows that 20 minutes is in front of him. It's not going to be an easy 20 minutes. The expectation from the fans in the stands here in Salamanca is that the home team will come out victorious and make it through to another Final Four. Second half action underway here in Salamanca. Game 3 of this quarter-final series here in EuroLeague Women between Avenida and Girona. And the home team currently hold on to a 4-point lead at the halfway stage. They are 20 minutes away of making it through to another Final Four. Copper now. It's up, nothing there, comes back out. Samuelson from way downtown and she continues to light it up from distance. Carly Samuelson. She's now at 15 points, leads all scorers. 5 from 5 from 3. Gardner into Rizingarova, going to work against Hoff. Hoff's going to get called for the foul. That'll be her third foul of the game. It's just stepping forward that's cost her that foul. She is upright. She can't be stepping forward while she's doing it. Rizingarova gets the first to drop. Makes her personal tally up to 3. She's yet to hit a field goal. 0 from 6 from the field. Rizingarova in this one. Drains the second as well. More pressure being applied now. Full court from Girona. Not lots, but just slowing Avenida's offense down slightly. Copper against Gardner. That was a battle from game 2 that we really enjoyed, and Copper gets the best of her this time. A little up and under reverse layup for Copper. Elderbrink now. Gardner. Iniguez very demonstrative on the sidelines. Oh, Gardner drains the long 2. Her first field goal of the game, unbelievably, for Gardner. Averaging nearly 13 points a game this season. Scored 23 in the game 2 of this series. Steals it away. Good quick hands by Girona. Out at the races. That's a poor pass by Gardner. She should have been aggressive and gone to the basket herself. Over for Gardner. Baseline ball for Avenida. Cazorla now hands it off to Copper. She's got the space she needs to Hoff. Very strong, but bizarrely turns her back to the basket. Makes it a very hard shot rather than what would have been a relatively easy one. Burke for 3. Drains the 3. That's a big shot. Girona are back within 2. A little over 2 minutes gone here now in the third quarter. Dominguez hands it off to Hoff. Hoff goes strong but doesn't focus on the finish. She seems just content with getting the foul. Hoff will head to the free throw line for shots. Zingarova whistle for the foul. Her second personal foul of the game. First is good for Hoff. Her first points of the game. It's both from the free throw line. And you do wonder in games like this, usually free throw shooting plays a big part because of the fine margins between these two teams. You have to be clinical from the free throw line. It is an important part of it. Girona are 11 from 12 so far. Avenida are 5 from 7 for both shooting pretty well. Girona shooting phenomenally well. Zingarova going up against Fazula. Fazula blocks her, but the foul is called. Zingarova will head back to the free throw line again. Let's have a look at the replay to see from that angle. Fazula's not happy, but find me a basketball player that is ever happy when they get a foul called on them. With Zingarova now back to the free throw line. Gets the first to go. Wants to bring Avenida's lead down to just 2 now. And she does. Her personal tally up to 6. All of them coming from the free throw line. Cazorla now for Avenida. Hands it off to Dominguez. Strong move. Gets the score. Silvia Dominguez takes her up to 6. She's already got 5 assists though. Playing a different type of game today. She had 18 points in game 2 against Girona. 6 rebounds as well. She had 12 points and 8 rebounds in game 1. She is critical to this Avenida roster. Elderbrink trying to shake Cazorla and stay with it. The shot is good. That's a tough play by Frida Elderbrink. Copper, free throw line jumper is good. Copper coming out, lighting it up. 17 points, leading all scorers now. Kayla Copper still has 8 rebounds, so she is absolutely on track for a double-double. Zingarova looking to back down. Fazula comes out. Elderbrink 3, no good. Rebound ripped down by Copper. This game just feels like the pressure ratcheting up. Foul's going to be called on Palau. He barrels into Samuelson, knocking her to the floor. Once again, Palau is starting to get into foul trouble. That's her 3rd personal foul. She fouled out of game 2. Going to take her out of the game now. Into the game comes Flores in her place. Roller. Beat it inside. Fazula just doesn't hold on to it. The ball's on the floor. It's going to remain Avenida ball. The players scrabble on the hard floor to get the possession. It will remain with Avenida though. They lead by 4. 5 seconds left on the shot clock as we see Rodriguez come back into the game. Out of the game comes Dominguez. Samuelson, another 3, her first miss of the day. Kind of had to force that one though as the shot clock was about to expire on her. Flores now to Burke for 3. Beautiful shot by Kennedy Burke, her second 3 of the game. She moves on to double digits, first Girona player to do so. 11 points now for her. 4 from 4 from the field, almost stolen away. Avenida's lead is just a point, and they're going to turn it over. Girona now with a chance to take their first lead in this game. 5 minutes and 5 seconds remaining in the third quarter, and Girona just refused to go away, much to the annoyance of the home fans in the bleachers. Gardner waving away a teammate. She wants to go one-on-one, hands it off. Zingarova for 3. She's up short. Copper pulls in the awkward rebound. Rodriguez hands it off. Now it's going to be called on Elderbrink. Reaching in, I think, as Zola looked to drive past her. Hopper now at the top, uses the Fazula screen. Steps back, long 2, off target. Rebound falls into the hands of Flores. Girona with another chance to get their first lead. Hands it off. Zingarova to the floor though, and they turn the ball over. Cazorla wide open, coast to coast, and gets the score. Cazorla getting it done for Avenida. Elderbrink has it stolen away. No, it falls into the hands of Flores. There's plenty of time on the shot clock for them. Flores uses the screen well. It gets knocked away. That's great hands by Cazorla. Copper will come out in transition, but Gardner steals it back the other way. Absolutely run and gun back and forth basketball here in game 3 of this quarterfinal. 3.5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Elderbrink to size up Cazorla. The crossover just holds on to it. Free throw line jumper is no good as the shot clock expires. Zingarova hits the floor. She looks like she's in pain. The officials are going to stop this one. Emerson and Zingarova were tied up together as they battled for the rebound. Looks like Zingarova might have taken a shot to the face. A little bit shaken up as she sits up. Have a look at the replay. Yeah, looks like a tangle of arms. Might have caught a Samuelson forearm to the face. Back on her feet though. Ready to go. Double change for Girona as Dramer and Labuskine will come in. The game goes with Zingarova and also Gardner. Cazorla now. Screen. Doesn't use it. The other way. Oh, wide open. Well weighted. Great patience by Cazorla. She just let the defense rotate enough. She waited long enough for that defense to almost contort enough that she could get the pass through to an easy score for Fazula. And lead back up to 5 now for Avenida. Backdoor, Dramer. She's fouled. She'll go to the line for free throws. Azula called for the foul. Second personal foul of the game, or is it a third? It's a third. Be interesting to see how Coach Iniguez deals with that. That's lack legitimate bigs in his roster. Obviously, with Katie Samuelson being out with injury. Kind of demanded that Carly Samuelson move away from just being a wing, particularly on the defensive end, and stepped into the paint a lot more than she maybe would normally. The 2 are good though for Dramer. She continues to impress here today. That's her up to 10 points now. And Avenida's lead is trimmed down to 3, sorry. Samuelson pass inside to Copper. Lets it too low in the paint though, and that'll be a travel as well. Sometimes Copper just almost a victim of how quickly she moves. The speed is sometimes a little bit too much to contain. Chance now for Girona potentially to tie the game with a 3. Perfumerias finds it into the corner. Shot goes up. It's no good by Flores, though. That was a well-run offense by Girona. Just lacked that killer finish. Mallory sets the screen for Dominguez. Rodriguez now will use fake. Shot clock at 2. They've got to get one away. Are they going to get it away? Dominguez gets it away just as the shot clock expires, or does she? I think they're going to call it a turnover on the shot clock. Just a lack of heads up really from Avenida. And way too intricate basketball with the shot clock expiring. A little bit more direction, a little bit more aggression maybe towards the basket. Elder Brink baseline drive, draws a foul from Fazula. That could be a big call. That is foul number 4 on Maria Fazula. Coach Iniguez, no choice but to sub her out. Fazula knew straight away the mistake she'd made. Hoff comes back into the game. Hoff is on 3 fouls as well. I'm Coach Julbe. I'm looking to attack Hoff every opportunity now. Shot doesn't go. Hoff with the defensive rebound. Dominguez just being absolutely harassed by Flores. Beautiful defense, just tenacious and hustle. Foul going to be called on Flores. That one's on the floor. To the sideline for Avenida. Rodriguez will come to the side to put that in. Araujo comes back into the game. Burke heads to the bench. Pass inside, beautiful teamwork. Allery gets the score. The patience and team offense of Avenida pays dividends yet again. They stayed with it, didn't panic, kept their composure and get their rewards on the other side of that one. Araujo now going up against Allery. Traveling violation called on her. This is a strong closeout to the third quarter for Avenida. 29.6 seconds remaining. Cazorla. Rodriguez. He drives inside, the door's closed and stolen away. That's great hands by Labuschagne. Reads the game so well, the veteran Lithuanian. Flores just faking that 3, enough to draw Dominguez in. She throws up the prayer as the the quarter clock expires. And that will be the end of the third quarter. A real battle of a third quarter we've had here. Avenida winning the quarter 17-16, extending their lead by a further point. 10 more minutes to play here in Salamanca. 10 more minutes until we find out who the final team in our final 4 is. Avenida 50, Girona 45 at the end of 3. From that third quarter of action, and one of the bright sparks for Girona has been Perfumerias. She has 10 points. The only other player on double digits for Girona is Kennedy Burke. She's up to 11, 3 from 3 from downtown for Burke though. As for Avenida, they also have 2 players in double digits. Copper is on 17 alongside 12 rebounds. She has her almost obligatory double-double in the bank. And Carly Samuelson with 15 points, 5 from 6 from range for her. It feels like Avenida are starting to just gain a little bit more control over the game. But you just don't feel like Girona are going to go away. They're going to fight for the full 40. And if they can string together 2 or 3 minutes of real world-class basketball here in the last quarter, we could have a big shock on our hands. And Girona may secure their first ever place in the EuroLeague Women's Final Four. Here we go, fourth quarter action underway. Game 3 of the EuroLeague Women's quarter-final between Avenida and Girona. With 10 minutes to go, Avenida lead by 5. But everything to play for in this huge do-or-die game. Round the corner pass to Alori. Good defense. Dominguez for 3. Comes up short though. Rojo pulls down the rebound for Girona. Gardner back into the action. He's fouled by Dominguez. I'm not sure you want to pick up too many early fouls here. Girona have shot the ball unbelievably well from the free throw line. 15 from 16, 94% today. So you don't want to be sending them to the free throw line too often. Gardner doesn't have the space, needs to be careful. 3-second violation going to be called on her. The ball. First ball for Avenida now. Drums hypnotically ring out around the arena. The crowd really have played their part, as they always do here in Salamanca. I'm sure they will still play a further part in today's game. Handed off to Rodriguez. Got popped down to 6. Azorla drives, hands it off to Rodriguez. That's off the foot of Rodriguez, so it'll be a Girona ball. And you do feel that's how Girona are getting back into this one, or potentially going to come away with the win. It's all on that defensive hustle. They just have to put everything on the floor, put every ounce of energy they have into the defensive end of the game. And they can lock out Avenida, they do have a chance of coming away with what would be a big upset and a massive, massive win in the history of this club. Oh, Gardner loses her footing as she tries to put on the brakes. Popping out. Passes it to Cazorla. Nice lob pass inside. Alori, beautiful textbook big move. Establishes herself down low. Draws the contact to create the separation and gets the 2. Avenida, if they can get this to double digits, you think that might break the spirit somewhat of Girona. Gardner now. Drives the baseline. Looked like she was pushed out of bounds. Nope. Managed to throw it off the leg of Rodriguez, so it will remain Girona ball on the baseline. Baseline ball now. Palau will put it in. Burke drives inside. That's a smart move. Good defense by Hoff, though. She really tracked it well. Not enough physicality to stop that. Copper transition, no good. Good defense by Gardner. That will remain Avenida ball, though, as Copper almost barrels into the advertising boards. Good defense by Rebecca Gardner. Stayed with her all the way. And shoot is good. Lifts her hands to the roof. Rodriguez with the score. She's got 4 points now, and Avenida's lead is out to 9. That is a game-high lead. Allow for 3, off target. Allery with the rebound. This could be a big phase now. Can Avenida stretch it out? Can they start choking this game out? It's now 9 points, double digits lead. Up on offer for them. Cazorla. The door closed on her by Labuskine, but they've got the mismatch. Good read by Burke. Comes around the weak side and steals that one away. That's going to be called. No, it's not. It's back out to Burke for 3. She's up short, though. Lamea can't get to it in time. Avenida will regain possession. And now it has been called here in Salamanca. Coach Julbe wants to talk it over with his team. Girona know this is a point of the game where they cannot afford to let the lead increase anymore.
Ambitious. Elite. Verbunden. United.
Inspirerend.
Competitiva.
Ambitiozna.
Stylish.
Powerful.
Diverse.
Diferente.
Beraber.
Inspiring.
We are at a critical point here. Game 3, the final game of this series, this quarter-final series between Avenida and Girona. This is the big time. This is EuroLeague Women's quarter-finals. Nothing gets bigger than this. 2 of the world's best teams going toe-to-toe. 1-1 in the series. The winner today heads through to the Final Fours in April. The loser will end their European campaign for the season right here tonight. Girona back onto the floor. Avenida follow shortly after. Avenida lead by 9. A little under 7 minutes to play in the game. Avenida close to being able to really start banging some nails into the coffin of this game. They just need to open out a little bit further. You'd feel that maybe 12-point lead might be a step too far for Girona. Offensive foul is going to be called, I think, on Allery. I think it was an illegal screen called by the official. Palau now drives all the way, and the lane just opens up for Palau. She gets the 2. Her first points of the game. She's been exceptionally quiet here today, the veteran. Hoff. Good off to Copper. Too intricate, but it falls their way, and the Allery putback is good. For Avenida, if they can't quite open the lead out any further, just keeping Girona at arm's length will settle some of the nerves, that's for sure. Palau now. Skip pass. Gardner, 3. No good. That's off the hand of Zingarova. It'll be an Avenida ball on the baseline. Dominguez comes back in for Cazorla. Girona to apply a little bit of pressure, maybe slow the Avenida offense down somewhat. Pick them all with Hoff. She goes to the corner. Allery is open, and Allery scores again. What a play by Bella Allery. She's up to 8 points now. But the shot is good from Elderbrink. And what was a double-digit lead trimmed back down to 8. Elderbrink seems to have a habit of just finding the right moments to hit the big shots. The crowd were starting to really take control of the game as well. That triple has silenced things, taken some air out of the arena. Hoff now. Hands it back to Allery, who hands it off to Dominguez. Hoff doesn't take the jumper. Little running hook shot is no good. The defense there was great by Zingarova. Perfect placement. Elderbrink, 3. Oh, back-to-back triples by Elderbrink, and she punches the air. They are big, big shots in the critical phase of this game. That's brought Girona to within 5 with a little under 5 minutes to play. Coach Iniguez wants to talk it over. That's a scary sight. Frida Elderbrink starting to find some form from range. Smart play, smart move. That's blown this game wide open again. What a series we have had here. As we see replays of Samuelson hitting a 3 there. Dominguez with the smart pass. Fazula, but plenty of highlight plays throughout today's game, and the momentum and the roller coaster continues within this series. It really has been a wonderful exhibition, an advert of some of the best women's basketball in the world. These two teams just go at it for 3 solid games, no one backing down. Every player really trying to step up to the game now. Latest to do so, Frida Elderbrink, back-to-back triples. Reduces Avenida's 11-point lead to just 5 in the blink of an eye. Avenida now with possession. Dominguez. The pick and roll from Avenida. Cazorla just takes it herself. Upper body strength to create the space and get the score. Zingarova now. Goes to work. Not on target with that shot though. Hopper goes long to Hoff. Sends it out to Dominguez. She'll slow it down. Still 10 seconds on the shot clock for them to work with. Got the mismatch though, Dominguez against Zingarova. Just tries to drive past her. Draws the foul though off for Zingarova. That'll be her 3rd foul of the game. Neither team in much foul trouble here in the 4th quarter. And I quite like that. Love it when a game is decided from free play rather than the free throw line. Dominguez now looking for options. The Girona defense continues to try and deny some passing lanes, and Palau almost steals it away. It's off her foot, so the shot clock should reset back out to 14. Off the Copper. 10 seconds to you. Off, little fake, creates a bit of momentum change. Copper grabs it, puts up the prayer. And the foul is going to be called as we see ultimately Gardner ending up lying on top of Copper on the floor. Copper will head to the free throw line for 2 shots. Very good free throw shooter. Had a phenomenal game day too. Kayla Copper, before she fouled out, 20.7 rebounds, but she fouled out in that 4th quarter. 7 from 15 from the field today. 18 points now alongside 13 rebounds. Wonderful performance for her. She played 31 minutes again today. Above her season average for minutes. Rattles home both the free throws. Avenida's lead back out to 9. A little over 3.5 to play. Avenida getting close to taking full control of this game. Allow now. Zingarova for 3. And she drains it. That's a big shot by the big. And just when Avenida feel that they potentially have a chance to pull away, they're taking control of the game. One of the players in red step up and hit some big shots. Dominguez now. Oh, nice shake. Pulls back. Jumper short though. Rebound pulled down by Kennedy Burke. Allow. Oh, and the pass is too awkward for Azingarova to catch. Oh, screams in frustration, but the pass just wasn't there. You can see Samuelson come back in and Hoff head to the bench. Samuelson's shooting from outside has been phenomenal again today. What a time it would be for her maybe to hit a couple of big threes. That would blow this game wide open. Girona trailing by 6. Guarding heavily. Alari. Allow with the foul. Foul 4 on Palau. Gardner's on 4 fouls as well. Azingarova's on 3. Flores is on 3. Foul trouble both teams did, to be fair, in game 2. That's in the way when you take a game to overtime. Cazorla. Dominguez. Oh, a little step up and under into Alari. Oh, hits the 3! What a big shot at a big point in the game. Wonderful shot. Such composure and patience from Avenida. Gardner for 3. Oh, she cancels it out straight away. They're still in it. Under 2 minutes to play. Girona now applying some full court. And the foul's going to be called on Elderbrink. That will send Avenida all the way up the other end of the floor to shoot free throws. Cazorla will head to the line. And this series continues to keep giving us highlight play after highlight play as these teams slug it out to make it through to the final 4. Avenida now really within touching distance of that final 4 berth. That extends it back out to a 7-point lead for Avenida. Gawler up to 8 points personal. Gardner. Creates some separation between herself and Copper. Takes the step in, no good. Copper with the big rebound. That's the call from the official. Foul's been called. Azingarova's not happy. Look at the replay. There's a foul there by Gardner. See who the foul is on. Azingarova's been called for it. That's her 4th now. 3 Girona players with 4 fouls, but 95 seconds on the clock. It's probably not really going to matter unless Girona force it into an overtime period. Silence in the arena. Copper nails the first. Another huge performance from her. Thought she was big in game 2. She's been even bigger here in game 3. 21 points, 14 rebounds. Just a real MVP level kind of game again for her. Palau to Azingarova. Draws the foul. Doesn't get the score though. Azingarova will have to earn a point from the free throw line. Mallory going to be called for that one. Nine-point lead for Avenida, under 90 seconds to play. Is this too far for Girona to come back? I think you'd be foolish to write them off just yet. They have so much heart and soul, led by that man there, Coach Julbe. And Azingarova keeps the pressure on Avenida by hitting both her free throws. Full court press now by Girona. Almost double teaming onto the ball as well. Copper inside. Allery gets the score. 9-point lead restored for Avenida. Foul's going to be called on Dominguez. Avenida with a foul to give though. Timeouts called by Coach Julbe. The team trail by 9, a little over a minute to play. This really would take some magic from the Spanish coach. As the Avenida fans are in full voice, scarce, helicopter windmilling around their heads. They're enjoying what they've seen again from their team, time after time. The Avenida team putting huge performances on this Salamanca floor. And the fans are truly showing their appreciation. Fans are enjoying themselves in the stands. They might be partying in a little over a minute's time. Their team can hold on to their lead and make it through to another EuroLeague Women's Final Four. Still a glimmer of hope though for Girona. It's not over. This is a long time in basketball. Plenty can still happen in the 1 minute and 12 seconds that we still have on the clock. Line ball now for Girona. Elderbrink inbounds to Palau. Palau against Dominguez. That's been a battle we've enjoyed all 3 games. Elderbrink again, trying to create some space. She can't this time. Spin move, pulls in, short. Razingarova just battling hard for the rebound. It falls to Gardner. Under a minute to play. Gardner loses her footing, but it falls into the hands of Razingarova. Another foul. And the Czech big will head to the free throw line again. 8 from 8 from the free throw line so far today. Only 1 field goal outside of that. Unbelievably, she's not scored any points in the paint at all tonight. Just 1 triple and 8 free throws so far. It's the first of her 2, and when you're in this situation, it's absolutely critical that you hit every free throw that's offered you. And to be fair to Girona, they pretty much have their 18 from 19 from the free throw line. That 19 from 20, unbelievable shooting precision on show there. Copper now. And chased down by Gardner. Double team comes across. Foul's going to be called on Palau. That will be foul 5 on Palau. And you do wonder, could this be the last time that we see Palau on a EuroLeague women's floor? 42 years of age, she fouls out. That may be her last EuroLeague women's game. What a legend of the game as well. I wouldn't have wanted to go out this way, but anyone that knows anything about women's basketball knows what an unbelievable career she's had. 7 league titles, 5 Spanish Cups, 27 trophies in total in her career. She may be back, we don't know, but maybe the last glimpse we'll have of her. Lead for Avenida back out to 9 now on the back of 2 big free throws from Copper. Elderbrink, nice pass inside to Flores, no good though. Rebound falls into the hands of Samuelson. That surely must be it now, a 9-point lead. Dominguez is going to get fouled by Flores. I think the fans think it's it. I think the fans feel like it might be over here. 27 seconds to play. Their team lead by 9. They're now at the free throw line with a chance to push that out to a double-digit lead, and they are bouncing here in Salamanca right now. As you would expect, Dominguez ice cold from the free throw line. 5 points tonight for Sylvia Dominguez, but I don't think she will care less if her team come away with the win. 11-point lead, 26 seconds remaining. Is this a victory lap for Avenida right now? Shot is good though. Elderbrink fighting to the end. Timeout's going to be called. 19.1 seconds remaining in the game. Timeout called. Coaches are going to battle this one out right to the final buzzer. No surprise, you would give it everything you've got. 9-point lead for Avenida. They're within touching distance of that Final Four berth. Here's some of the highlights, and remember, they will face, the winner of this game faces Sopron on Friday the 8th of April. The other semi-final will be between Praha and Fenerbahce, with the final taking place on the Sunday, the 10th of April. Such a mouth-watering Final Fours ahead of us. Four amazing teams facing up against one another. It feels like Avenida are going to complete that lineup of four teams. Can Girona do anything? Is there anything left in the tank? Are there any more twists, turns and surprises left in this game? Coach Iniguez decides to advance the ball, loses 10 seconds off his shot clock, but he doesn't mind at this stage of the game. Ball now to Cazorla. They're not going to foul, they're just going to try and steal it. Need to step up, or that is a surrendering. Iniguez puts up the long shot, it's an air ball, so that will turn over, but from Avenida's perspective, it doesn't matter. This now is a victory lap for them. This is celebrations. Every fan in the arena gets to their feet, shows their appreciations, and the celebrations start on the floor. The players for Avenida are bouncing. They know they've made it to the Final Four. What a game we've had here in Salamanca. What a series we've had here between Avenida and Girona. An absolute classic battle across all three games. And a huge amount of respect has to go to the quality and the performances of both teams. They really have given us a wonderful spectacle across this series. Avenida will make it through to the Final Four. They will face Sopron in the semi-final on Friday, the 8th of April. And Girona's European dreams come crumbling down. The final score here is Avenida 74, Girona 65. Celebrations continue as both teams enjoy the moment. For Girona, it's heartbreak. For Avenida, it's clearly utter joy. Fazula and Samuelson enjoying themselves, and rightfully so. They've worked hard as Coach Iniguez comes in just to take control of the smiles a little bit. Give them that thank you message, that great job message, and the smiles are on every single player's face right now. They make it to another Final Four. And you would struggle to say that they're not within a chance of winning it all. They've got a great team. They've got a great chemistry of that team. And they're capable of putting some big performances. As Coach Iniguez thanks the crowd, they really have been a big factor here again today. The sixth man, without a shadow of a doubt. The atmosphere has been phenomenal in Salamanca once more. You can see plenty of happy faces in the crowd, just as we see on the floor. What a game we've had. What a series we've had. Breathtaking at times. But that is all she wrote for the EuroLeague Women quarterfinals this year, as Avenida secure the fourth place in the Final Four. Big games all around for Avenida. Haley Copper leads them with 23 points, 14 rebounds. Two other players in double digits. Samuelson with 15. She was 5 from 6 from 3 points. Allery chipped in with 12 as well. As for Girona, they did what they could. 4 players in double digits. Elderbrink with 15. Razingarova with 13. Burke with 11. And Dlaner with 10. But the celebrations on the court are there for you to see. You see what it means to these players. One of the pinnacles of their career is making it to EuroLeague Women's Final Fours. And once again, Avenida have done it. What a joy to watch. I'm sure Coach Iniguez will excuse his team some celebrations here. What a game we have had here in Salamanca. What a way to close out the EuroLeague Women quarterfinals. This 3-game series has been breathtaking throughout. Avenida make it through to the Final Fours in April. Our final score here in Salamanca is Avenida 74, Girona 65. Thank you so much for joining me, and make sure, without a doubt, that you tune in for those Final Fours, because that is some big basketball coming our way. Thank you again, and we'll see you again for more EuroLeague Women action shortly.